Good morning, everybody. Hello and welcome on in. I am Joshua Bleasy. I am the Unknown Prophet. I do daily tarot readings between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time every day, except, I was getting to it there, Be New Girl. Hello, Kayla. Hello, Be New Girl. Welcome on in. I use my custom-made homemade deck, the 5 Paths Tarot, to help find the best possible path for us today. And I see I've already got a couple people on here. Give me a second, guys. I was eating something here. I want to finish up what I was eating. Sorry about that. Alright. So, I was sick yesterday because I had kind of overdid it. I was trying to set up something else with one of my system. I got one of these new Echo Dot thingies. And I was trying to all day to set it up, but then I realized, oh wait, I said I never got them, so I called Amazon to tell them that I did get the items. They had to do all the sorts of let's fix it so your thing can work. I had to wait like an hour before I could get them to work and stuff like that. So, you know, technical difficulties are always a side there, but God darn it, that's got to come down a little bit. All right, there we go. There we go. So as you can see, we're ready to rock. We're ready to roll, I think. There we go. Gotta fix my light real quick and then we'll get to doing readings, okay guys? How is everybody, by the way? I do say hello. How are you? How are you doing today? Are you having the best day ever? Hopefully you are. Anyway. So let me take a couple sips of my coffee and then we'll get to doing the first reading of the day. So, that's kind of what's been going on lately, guys. It's been just kind of getting used to setting up some new things and then getting everything. When you get a bunch of new toys, you got to figure everything out, make sure everything is put in the way it's supposed to be put in and all that stuff. And then I get this thing and I'm like sitting here all day long and I burnt my spoons on Tuesday night. I mean, burnt. I was in this chair for way longer than I'm supposed to be in. I had to pay the price the other day, so that's why. So Kayla, welcome on in. Let's get to it. Throw me your numbers. If you haven't been here for a while, please tell me how many times you want me to shuffle my deck for you, 1 through 10, and then pick a number 1 through 52. That's where the answers will be that you are seeking in your deck. Please put your question as simply as possible, and or if you just want a general reading, say general. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we got one more for you, 6, and we're going to give you a general. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And happy leap year day to all of you people out there. Anyone who's born today, I'll see you in 4 years when it's your birthday. Haha. Anyway, I am, and you are, and we are getting ready. Okay. So let's see what you need to hear today, Kayla. All right, Kayla. You've been searching for some things. Not really. I wouldn't really call it searching. More of a becoming aware of the light that you are having inside of yourself. It's like you always kind of knew you had this power within you. It's just like kind of like it awoken within you a little bit recently. There's some new drive or ambition or goal that you have had recently that you're trying to really, really go after and really bring a lot of positivity and a lot of motivation towards that thingy. And you're trying to let this be your battery for everything else that you want to do coming up in the future. So you're trying to build what I call a battery for your path. So you're trying to give yourself enough energy to get going on the path, and you're trying to draw back from some of your old experience, yeah, but you're also drawing it to where you're doing it right now, whereas you're picking up and you're finding that I have to find the power inside kind of moment. And then where do I take this feeling that I'm just sparking? Because it's just a spark, right? We're just trying to. We've sparked the flame. We've made it start going. It's as big or a little as you would say it is in your mind, but you are starting to glow, and that furnace is starting to build up that power and get that furnace red hot and getting all this energy going. You're getting ready to start to build this home within yourself, and this home that you are trying to find within yourself. You're tired of people telling you what to do. Things are going to go how LOL. I don't know. You know, and you're trying. Why people keep pushing you around? People keep trying to make you do things that aren't necessarily your responsibility, but you feel like it's your responsibility, and you're trying to make your situation be a little bit more conducive to your space only kind of a deal. And kind of what I'm feeling for you is more of a I need to get my house in order. I need to throw the riffraff out. I need to only deal with me, my world, and only my world for a little bit because I'm tired of living in this blocked off. I don't feel anything. I can't do anything. I feel like I'm trapped here, but I feel like I kind of put myself in this position. So that's kind of what I feel like you've been trying to do here recently is get out of that ice block that you've kind of put yourself in. Yeah, but that's kind of what it's based on a little bit. Okay? Because when we're talking about the home card, Kayla, I want you to understand what home means. Home means that you have your foundation. That's your finances. That's your home. That's the home you live in. That's the life you live on a daily basis. Your normal mundane life is your foundation. And you set down a perfectly good foundation. Now we've built on top of that foundation. Well, we want to keep ourselves safe and make sure we have a place we can go back to if the world gets a little too scary, right? So we put self-confidence in our wall. We put drive in our wall. We put ambition in our wall. We put all these things that you're starting to pick up here in your wall. And as you start to build that, you put that roof on. Now, things like money and finances and stuff like that, that's just the world playing its free will game. We put a roof on and we try to protect ourselves as much as possible. But we know a big enough rock will crash through it eventually, And then we have to allow ourselves that space and freedom to add that door in so that we can go in and out on the travels to go find the things that we need to bring inside of our home. So that's what I mean by that. And what you're trying to do is break out of the cage that someone's putting you in your own home, basically. And you're trying to break free because you kind of feel like you're closed off, cold. You don't want to really react. I kind of feel like you're dealing with either a person or a group of people that you don't really want to be living with or living around right now. So you kind of got to find out what you have to get rid of because you have to get rid of some of the bonus treats that you like to give yourself for a while if you want that finance things to go. Your extra things you don't really need. That extra coffee, that extra sugary treat, that extra streaming service, that extra 5 minutes on whatever movie you wanted to go see. It's time to start to put away some of the things that you really don't need to be spending money on and put those things into a compost pile or a savings account, as I like to put it, so that somewhere in the future it can turn into something even better. like an investment that keeps building over time. Eventually, it turns into something good. Well, guess what? That compost stuff that you put into that pile, and that's what you're working on right now, Kayla, is throwing away all that which you don't need in your life right now, deciding what is good, what is bad. You're kind of doing the old where am I at kind of thing right now, but you know you want to go into a positive direction. You want to find that home and at peace at home within yourself, and you want to break free of those things that have been holding you back up till now. And that's kind of what I'm feeling. But the finance part is, it's more of a you need to buckle down and stop spending money on the junk shit. That's what that's all about. So it's like if you added up all the stuff you spend money on that you're not really using on a daily basis, you'd have enough money for things, for something else you really want. Beanie New Girl, how are we doing today? How's my favorite girl doing today? How you doing, lovely lady? I need more coffee. See, I like this idea better. It just stays warm. Nice warm coffee in the coffee pot. All right there. I just fill my little cup up. I had a kind of a pain day yesterday, so I wasn't having such a good day yesterday, but I'm doing okay today. So, wifey's not having a good day, that's for sure. You got it, buddy. What are your numbers today? I call everyone buddy, so it's not a male, female kind of a deal. Okay, 10 shuffles the first card in. Okay, cleansing shuffle as always, because you know I'm going to do one anyway there, being a girl. But here's your cleansing shuffle. Cleaning the cards off, cleaning the cards off, cleaning the cards off. Cleansing shuffle, those are good. All right, now here are your 10 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 4 God cards today as well there, Be New Girl. And the first card in is, what do your guides want you to know? Damn straight. Can you do me a reading, please? Sure, I can, Hater World. Just press exclamation point join to get in the queue, and I will get to you as soon as I'm done with Be New Girl, okay? So just jump in the queue, and I will be happy to give you no hater. I like the world. Hater of the world. Well, I'm sorry you hate the world. Okay, but on to your reading there, my friend, Be New Girl. So, anyway, here's what you need to know about what your guides are trying to tell you. They're trying to get you to use this energy that you've got stored inside of you, all of this bent up, all of this crazy bent up stuff, to start to blow off. Yeah, like a Mad Hatter. Yeah, that's kind of, I kind of figured it was something like that. So, the Mad Hatter, blah, blah, blah. I was just being funny. Well, welcome in, Hatter, like the Mad Hatter. So, that's what they're trying to get you to do, is you use this power that you have right now, all of this catalyst that the world has been providing you, all of this bent up energy you feel you need to get rid of and get out of your body, it's being used for a purpose, Binu girl. It's time to start to pour down onto this world the lava that you need to destroy what you don't want in your life anymore. And you're going to allow that lava to just go over everything that gets in your way. That way you can make a new path. So it's time for you to start to consider where my new path begins. And what am I going to have to take and remove from myself in order to make that happen? How can I reach a stage of maturity level within myself until I have done the work that needs to be done? I need to make the path before I can walk to the place where I put my tree down and where I put my life down back into roots once again. Because I want to feel this maturity level. I want to feel this togetherness. I want to feel this sense of belonging. I want to feel this sense of fulfillment. It's all about me concentrating more on what I want to make in this future of mine. I'm being asked by the universe to consider the 3 things I need the most in my life. Yet again, what physical thing do I need to do better for myself? Mental thing I need to do better for myself? And spiritual thing do I need to do better for myself that I need to plant, take care of, and make sure they grow up nice and healthy so that those don't ever leave me again. It's kind of like you like being down in the deep ocean trying to navigate around all of the junk. You're a big ass whale. Everything should get out of your way. You shouldn't have to get out of anything else's way. Just like that lava, yet again, we've got a water element and a fire element telling you to push through the shit that you keep letting get in your way. Because all you're doing is pushing through more sludge and more sludge and more sludge, and you keep refusing to come up for the air that you need in order to survive and breathe for yourself. You keep trying to navigate around all these other issues and problems, just like my lovely lady likes to do. And you know my wife's card is trying to tell you that there's someone who loves you right now who's trying to help you find that inner peace and find that place where you don't have to navigate around these things anymore. You have to just swim right through them. And then you have to breach that surface floor, come up for that breath of air more and more and more every day. But not just any breath, a joyful breath, a breath of life, a breath of I am happy to be here and alive and have the ability to do this in my life. That's what my wife had to learn. I have this newfound freedom and magic within myself. I have to allow myself to take that breath in once again so that I can go back down and I don't have to navigate around a damn thing. Things are going to navigate around me. Just like that lava was trying to tell me to push through with my passions and make my path be something new so that I can reach that maturity level, so I can plant new seeds down in that garden, so I can finally breathe deep the breath of life and find joy in my life once again. And we're back to normal readings, guys, so you got 4 God cards too, be new girl. So when you're asking me what your gods want you to know, they want you to stop trying to go back down under the same issues, problems, and worries that you keep going back down into that ocean with, and they want you to start navigating around. Or use it to make your path be something new and different that's positive for yourself, reach you to the place you want to be. That's what they're trying to say, basically. And then they got this for you, too. So what else do they want you to know? They want you to work on your communication skills to try to communicate a little bit more better and effectively. Maybe you aren't giving the right kinds of information, or the way you're giving that information has to be given in a new, different way so that the person can digest it in a better, easily digestible form. Okay, please don't hurt me. This is maybe a little TOS-y, so please forgive me. This is your fair warning. when it comes to things like religion, politics, or all this other stuff, okay, the reason why it's so touchy for everybody is because it's so personal to you and so personal to what you're doing. But if we don't communicate what our beliefs are, what we are allowing ourselves to give our power to or take the power from, if we don't communicate effectively what's going on in our lives, we have to celebrate our lives again, Be New Girl. Why aren't we taking this communication that we need to celebrate our life of what we do have right now? Stop contemplating all the worries and problems that are trying to get your attention right in front of you and either push them out of the way or grab one of them and go, oh, maybe I need to do that for a while, and start to listen to that inner voice inside of myself and start to listen and pay attention to what my inner voice has been trying to tell me for a long time now, but I refuse to listen to it. Well, eventually the whole world is going to come after you with this big old 2x4, and I get ready to duck because they're getting ready to swing. Communicate, celebrate, don't contemplate, and trust yourself. Sometimes we just got to go for it and say, well, that was fun. So, cleansing shuffle for Hater, Mad Hatter, Hatter World, Hatter World, Hatter, 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 Hatter. I'm doing a cleansing shuffle for Hatter. So, Hatter, welcome in, first time chatter. Here's how it works here. I need you to pick numbers for me. Pick a number 1 through 10. That's how many times I shuffle the deck for you. Then pick a second number 1 through 52. That's where your answers will be in my deck. Now, when I'm shuffling the deck, if cards pop out while I'm shuffling, as long as it's under a certain amount of cards, then those are your higher power cards. They're the most extreme message I can give to you from your higher power. Okay, and then I'm going to give you a nice little cleansing shuffle too. One more, and then we'll do your official shuffles. And if you have a question, put it as simply as possible or say, I just want a general, whichever way, so I know how to answer your question the best way possible. All right, I see your numbers. Give me a second. We're going to have a quick little tobacco break here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. Oh, it doesn't count. 4. That's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, you got 2 God cards today there, Hatter. Sorry, I said hater. Hatter. And those will come after your general reading. Now, here we go about the career. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, and the 32nd card is now on top there for you. And career it is. We'll tell you what you need to hear about career right now. Wow, 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 wow. All right, so, Hatter, the new beginnings start today because we have to start to get ourselves a little bit more ready than we have been recently. Yeah, you want to have a better career, but I don't think you have it quite set in your mind of what you actually want. Do you know exactly what you want to do, what you're trying to strive for doing? Are you trying to go for what will make you the most money, what will make you the most happiest, what will combine all of the things you want together as one. What is your main goal? And as you start to begin and start to set down these goals of what we wanted, we now know that we have to start to grow out of our comfort zone just a tiny bit and go into the world and try to go after some of the things maybe we thought we weren't quite capable of, but we knew we had it within ourselves to do it. And that's kind of where you're at right now there, Hatter. Yeah, and that's where you're at right now. You're in that process of, I'm not quite sure what I want to do, how I want to do it, why I want to do it kind of a deal. And the thing that I'm feeling from you is that you keep going back to this one idea that you keep going back to and you keep going back to, and it seems like you keep kind of waffling on it, whether you should go for it or not go for it kind of a deal. And it feels like it's kind of graphic arty slash computer graphic arty, something like that, or something kind of technical art or precision art graphics or something like that. I don't know if that's what you're after, going after in college or not. Some kind of graphic artist thingy or something like that, maybe. All I'm seeing is you using a pen and you're drawing stuff a lot. So, yeah, okay, yeah. And I think it's time for you to start to ask yourself, how can I combine the things I love the most? I like the art, I like this, and this. What career fits the best for me? What do I feel like I could do in this world that I'm a little bit more capable of? The only thing stopping you is you realizing that you have all of this potential in your little hands, but you're scared to go for it because we're all scared to go after the dream because we're told time and time again, oh, that's not a real job. Oh, that'll never make any money when you do try doing that. Blah 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 blah. You know what? I was told that most of my life. Here I sit today. I made it perfectly well through all of my careers. I was still a good artist. I was still did all the things I wanted to do. Yes, I had a pain in the ass job, but you know what? I did try to do things that were more customer servicey and help people too as well. But I realized I had all of this potential in my hot little hand that I was untapped, that I didn't take advantage of. And if I had done what I wanted to do when I was a young boy, I might be doing something different to this day. But it's kind of like you saying there, I'm not ready to grow yet. I've got to wait for my water because I've got to kind of wash off some of this old crap I don't want to take along with me, opening up my leaf just a little bit more. Then I've got to let that sunshine come in and warm me up and allow me to take in the world a little bit better. Then I'm going to allow that breeze to dry me off and blow me around to get me all ready to know that I'm strong enough to make it through anything. It's time to take your life back into the palm of your hands, Hatter. Why do you think we are the Mad Hatter of the world? Because we have to live in our own world, right? The Mad Hatter lives in his own world. He creates the universe in the way he sees it in his head. He only sees it that way for a reason, because it's those creative impulses, it's those creative moments. He's so stuck in the moment that he doesn't think anything through. And kind of like that moment, here's what you need to start to do is think about something else as well. Now, you have my father's card as your destiny card in my deck. Now, my father was a big lone wolf when he was a younger man. He went from family or family or family, or in your case, project to project to project, trying to find where he could fix himself through those projects. Well, it wasn't about fixing himself through those projects he needed to learn how to do. He needed to learn how to fix himself and allow those projects to manifest what would come out of those things. So, my father was an irresponsible young man, yeah, when he was a young boy. I grew up without a father because of that fact, okay? He when he finally grew up enough, he went and got, by the way, my name's Josh, just clocked it. Well, Josh, you know what? Us Joshes of the world's got to unite, right? And I'm not joshing you here because, it's family time for us, you and Josh's, right? We are finally opening ourselves up. What would feel like a family to you? What would feel like a community of people to you? It's a community of people and love and family and sharing. My father, he tried to play the lone wolf for a while. He went from one family to the next family till eventually he decided that he didn't want a family for a while, and then the family came and found him. And that's what happened in his legacy of his little world. So he went from and trying to find a place that could fix him through other people rather than allowing himself the emotional freedom to let out his true feelings by allowing him to share why I have this hurt inside of me, why I feel the way I do. And he called out to his true family with that howl. Howl! And he called with his whole heart. I don't need you to fix me. I just need you to be a part of my family, right? Well, the first person that he married, it was okay. It wasn't really great. It wasn't really bad. The second one, well, he helped heal him a little bit. He helped bring me and his son back together. At least that wife tried to help make his life a little bit better. But that didn't work out in the long run. And then he was alone for a long time. And then my mom and him fell back in love. Guess what? Yes, my birth mother and my birth father fell back in love, got remarried, and she died a happy old woman next to her one true love. And yes, I'm okay with all of that. But what you need to start to do is howl at that moon for that true family, especially when it comes to career. What will help you grow out of that little comfort zone that you know you're capable of, but it's going to challenge you a little bit? What's going to help you realize that untapped potential that's going to help manifest something beyond just career? If you're going to have, it won't feel, when people say the word career, well, let me put it to you this way. What if I told you you could have fun and make money at it? Right, Josh? And I'm not joshing you here. You can have fun and make money at it. You just have to start to believe in what you're doing and what your project is and what you really dream. Taking that fan in your hands and cutting off the spider webs of everyone trying to tell you, including your own voices telling you you can't do this, and start to say, okay, if I need to go slow at first to fan the fire to get it ready so I can work on this, great. But maybe I need to go full tilt kitty, get it really red hot right now so that I can get that metal stuck in there so I can work on it. I want to be the kind of person who finds a family that I can grow within. So I think it's going to be like a group of people, kind of a job, kind of a career, like it feels like an artistic community, or once you get into it, it's going to be like a big ass family kind of atmosphere, kind of a deal. So I think that what you're currently thinking about and what you're currently dreaming about doing is exactly what you'll end up doing. It's just kind of like you got to get off of the I really do it thing. You know what I'm saying, Hatter? And we do have another message for you as well. My God cards pop up in someone's deck when they are asking a different question, or maybe it's an answer to the same question. I don't know until I turn over the cards. But it's definitely a question you've been saying, hey, God, can you please answer this question for me already? And here they are to try to give you the answer to that question. Yeah. So maybe this is a secondary answer that you really needed to hear today. These do sometimes kick your spiritual ass, so I will fair warn you. So if you would like to see your God cards today, say yes, God cards. Otherwise, say no, God cards. I put them away and I'll move on to Be New Girl's second reading. So here is a secondary answer for you. So what your higher power is trying to tell you is, to the answer to your question that you've been asking lately, is it's time for you to start to embrace this situation wholly, completely, and really look at it as this isn't such a bad thing happening right now. It's making me realize and come to terms with a lot of things. I need to embrace this situation for what it is and allow myself to find the love or find the growth within it. Use it as my fuel for the forge that I want to start to make happen in my life. You know, all of this crap that keeps happening to me and all the stuff that keeps going on in my life that I don't really like? Well, guess what? I'm going to start putting that into my forge so that I can burn that shit away from me and make it be a powerful thingy. So it's time to put down all these things that keep you from embracing yourself and your life for what it truly is, and start to work on it with your whole heart by getting that forge ready so that you can bust out the tools and work on the soul that you want to do today. That's your answer. All right, be new girl. I'll get you yours here in a second. I'm gonna take a smoke break first, though. You're welcome. Oh. Throw me your numbers, be new girl, and I will get to you as soon as I'm done taking a 5-minute break there for me here while we wait for me to just kind of have some coffee, have a cigarette break, give myself a second or two to recoup my spoons. Of course, there's never. The only restriction is, and here's my only restriction: if you start to see a lot of people come in here who haven't had a reading yet, and you want a double, triple reading, it's okay. You just go to the end of the line, and you have to wait till your turn. So as long as I'm not busy, you can enter the queue as many times as you want to. Just remind yourself that I'm gonna go, and I will do the time that I will take to. Like I said, these are free readings, guys. So I do them when I do. I try to help you the best way I can. So, and like I said, once you're in the queue, I go in order. So my tip is, if you want a second reading, get in there fast, because if I fill up fast enough and I see you've had like 2 or 3 already, you get off the list because I want somebody else to have a chance. That's the only thing. I just want to give everyone a chance, you know. But you guys aren't. You're here to get readings, but you're also helping me create content and stuff like that. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta run to the restroom real quick. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I had to run to the restroom real quick. Whew, sorry about that. Yes, did make these cards. The original deck that you see right here, I made back in 2011. It cost me over $2,000 to make this because I used the best paper, printing process, all of that stuff. I created it online. I had Staples print it out to make it manufacture it kind of a deal. But other than that, I did all the graphic artist stuff for it and got them all pre-designed out, and all I had to do basically was print them off. So yeah, and I am trying to get 150 copies of this deck printed off for commercial use. That's my Kickstarter campaign. If you want to go check out that and help me out there, you're more than welcome to check that out if you want. I've got 12 more days before that ends, and then I will have no more. I won't be going after that again through Kickstarter. I'll just be trying to do it myself after that point, and then going. It'll be a little bit slower that way, but it's the way it is. So hopefully I can reach my goal before the end of March 11th here. So we'll see. I've got $800 left to go, and then yeah. Like I said, I am trying to publish these thingies, so when I do find, I will be publishing them one way or the other. Just one way's faster, one way slower. That's all it is. So just keep up in my Discord and keep up with all the updates there. If you're a Patreon member, don't forget that I am putting posts out there about things, and check out the Kickstarter campaign, and that's where you kind of find out. Like I said, we've got 12 days left on the Kickstarter campaign, and then after that we start my goal towards getting them published before my birthday, which is before I turn 50, which is next in September. So I'm going to turn the big 5-0 this year, guys. 5-0. So, and you can see all of the cards in my Discord channel. So if you go !Discord and go to the one that says 5 paths in my Discord channel, you can see all the cards in detail too as well. So, Be New Girl, this is your first official call for you. Since I'm just coming back, to give you a little bit more time here. I'm going to make myself a cigarette break here. Yeah, I do have a couple of very personal ones in there that's got my mug on it there. So there are a couple of them that, that I do have that are doing it. But if you guys want to check that out. Be New Girl, are you here with me, my friend? I've been doing, professionally, I'm not a professional reader, but I've been doing readings for about 25 years. 25 years palm reading, 20 years tarot readings. So I've been doing palm reading longer than tarot readings, but that's about how long. On this channel though, on Twitch though, about a year and a half for readings. About 3.5 years before that, about a year and a half ago, I switched my stream from being a podcast about something else I don't want to even worry about. It was a different thing to what I'm doing now. So. And I started to give it, because when I was slow, I used to do readings for people, and I just figured I was doing more readings than doing podcast stuff, so I was like, why don't I just do the dumb readings online instead? And I wanted something to fill my days up. I wanted to give myself something to do. So that's why how long I've been doing this for about, like I said, since the pandemic started, basically, since 2020. So that's when I started doing streaming completely, so. But in 2022, that's when I started doing the full-time readings for people. So, Be New Girl, this is your second official call. Second official call for Be New Girl. And that's the other thing here, Hatter. If I call you out more than 3 times and you're not here for your second reading and I get busy, you don't get another one. So... Especially people who are here on a regular basis who know better. Be New Girl, this is your second call. Second call for Be New Girl. Be New Girl, this is your second official call. Blue, 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 blue. Yeah. So I try to give people a chance because sometimes internet issues happen. She has a lot of internet issues, so I try to give her a little bit more time. So I keep saying he, but I don't know why. And then since he is a VIP, I try to give him a tiny bit more time. But there is a point where I have to say next to him, and that's this time right here. Be New Girl, this is your last and final call for you. Last and final call for Be New Girl. Yeah, and that's why I try to give people some time, so that if because I've been online times, and then every once in a while your computer skips a beat. You gotta refresh. Sometimes you gotta reboot. Sometimes depending on where you're at with your internet connections, can be kind of slow or fast in certain weathers. Be New Girl, you now have 10 seconds to comply. 10 seconds to comply. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hatter, let's get into doing your reading now. What do you need to know? Since you're here, you're ready. Let's go. Cards are still clear, ready for your reading. So, all right. Whenever you're ready, give me your numbers. Yep, we can do any question you want to do. Any question you want to ask me, I'll try to answer it the best way I can. I'm going to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay, so when it comes to relationships, you just got to be ready for the answers. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 2 God cards on this one, and 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the 12th card is. So on relationships, as far as when we're going to get in one, or what do I have to do to find one, or I guess I kind of want to define what you mean by relationship. Are we looking for a new friend? Are we looking for a new lover? What are we looking for as far as a relationship? Just because I'm kind of feeling a pull of 2 different worlds here. Yeah, kind of love. Okay. So love relationship. Because I don't know if this is why I'm feeling this pull or not, but there might be someone from your past who's coming back into your life again. You've both grown up a little bit now. And now that you've both fixed yourselves or come to a place within yourselves that you're ready for a relationship now, there might be an opportunity or a window from someone from your past. Now, she feels like she's got long brown hair, kind of mousy, got a little bit of half moon glasses or something like that. Kind of, I don't know if it's Harry Potter glasses or it's half moon glasses she likes to wear. She dresses in a lot of blues and purples and stuff like that. I don't know if this accurately describes anyone from your past. She had a very shy, but she was shy, but she had kind of a dark, kinky, weird sense of humor about her sometimes. She dark humor was her thing, but it wasn't like Dark Wednesday Addams kind of a deal, but closer to the Dark Wednesday Addams deal than not. So kind of that kind of a deal. I don't know if this accurately describes someone. I believe so. She has brown hair or dark brown hair or something like that. And I kind of feel like this person might be coming back into your life again, or might be questioning whether or not what we have right now could turn into something more or something like that. I think it's a conversation that has to happen between you and this person. I feel like this person's already in your life, though. Like, you already talk to this person a lot, though. So it just feels like you got to start opening up and start to share some of those feelings that you have for this person inside. Because I think you have someone definitely in mind that you're kind of thinking about asking out, and you're really asking, should I ask this person out on a date or see if this person likes me back in return? I think it's time for you to get those answers. I think maybe you've been waiting a little too long. Yeah, something longer, wavy, blue hair is what I'm seeing in my head there. And sorry, I'm picking something up here. Yeah, and it kind of like someone where, okay, let me say one more thing about this person here. They have a thing for weird bugs or weird insect creatures as well, or something like that too. I don't know if there's something else that they like, or they study them or something like that. Anyway, but this person from the past is going to come back from the past, and you're going to kind of reconnect a little bit. Having a conversation with this person, kind of catching up a little bit, is kind of what I'm feeling. That's going to inspire a little bit more of a spark there, where we're going to say, hey, you know what, I kind of had a crush on you, you kind of had a crush on me. We've kind of gotten older now, and that stuff isn't, crushes aren't exactly in my wheelhouse anymore. I'm looking for love, not someone I'm going to pine after. You know what I'm saying? Now is the time to start to go after those goals and dreams that you want, though. It feels like you just are you're like the volcano who's ready to pop his top off. You're ready to make some major changes. You're just not sure what major changes you need to make. Well, there are a lot of things that keep getting in your way. Those doubts, those fears, those anxieties, and those old bad dating habits and those old bad habits that you used to do. We have to kind of play the self-correction game a little bit. When it came to communication, sometimes you held back because you were afraid if you shared too much, you'd scare them away. That's what's scaring them away, is you're not sharing that darker information that could scare them away. Because the hiding fact is what's scaring them, not what you have to tell them that would scare them even more. So you kind of have to blow your top off like a volcano does and blow up all of that extra energy and say, hey, I'm here, look at me, I'm ready. And then pour down onto this world that new path and where you destroy all of the old bad crap you used to say you didn't want to do anymore. Guess what has to be utterly destroyed in order for this new relationship or any new relationship to happen? So you have to kind of go back over the what are my dating rules? What are my relationship rules? And really have those in your mind, because you're the person you are going to be with is coming soon. It's all about what change you are picking up now. Now, what you're doing right now is you're kind of going around and you're picking up the life experience or change on the ground, basically picking up everything you need to finish your cooking. So you might not feel like it right now, but you're kind of in the like when you're finishing a meal, you just gotta give it that last swirl in the pan to get all the flavors around or something like that. So now we have to allow that cooking and those flavors to come together and sear all those flavors together just a little bit longer, and then put it on the plate ready for consumption. That's basically what you're getting ready to do now, is you're getting yourself ready to put yourself out there so that someone can go, I like the way that smells, let me try some of that. You know what I'm saying? So now that's what we're getting ready to do. We're picking up all the right information we need now, getting all ourselves together and ready for that I'm ready for a relationship thingy. Now, this girl that might be coming back from your past, she definitely feels like she's a person who adapts to change easy. She's a very free spirit kind of a deal. So that's kind of what's been going on. That's what I'm feeling, that the relationship thing is coming for you. It's just kind of like you're finishing up the last little bit of self love and self work before the universe says you're ready for it, kind of a deal. But you're close enough to where you could find at any moment now. It's just about you opening up and allowing people to see a little bit beyond that mask you put up. here's what they think you need to do. And I think this has everything to do with your last question, by the way. You need to stop looking at yourself as the ugly old flower. You know, a dandelion in Minnesota is considered both a weed and a flower. Some people look at it and they see an intrusive weed that needs to be eradicated. Some people see it as a very nutritional, beneficial flower that can not only help heal a lot of ailments, but make it for a damn good drink too. So you have to stop looking at your life and your world as if you are just an ugly old dandelion. You were born a flower. You were meant to be born a flower. You will always be a flower, Hatter. And no one will ever be able to change that. How people see you, well, that's on them. They'll either pick you because they don't like you or pick you because they love you. One of those two things is how it's going to happen in most of our world. You get to decide whether or not you're resilient enough to grow through the cracks in the first place. Like a dandelion does, it can grow through pretty much anything, any surface, as long as it's got fertile ground to do it. So you have to stop looking at your world as I am the ugly dandelion and start looking at your world as I am the beautiful butterfly. And start to make yourself a plan. The easy path, and this is one of my paths in my 5 paths deck. It's all about making a plan. Taking small little goals and start to say, okay, let me put this out to you first. I want to make sure that I'm dressed nice first. I smell nice first. I've got the positive attitude. I feel like I am worthy of love. I'm not trying to find somebody to fix me. I'm trying to find someone to share my journey with me, who can be my companion, who can be my partner, who can be my teammate. And that means setting up a plan of how many steps it's going to take to get there. It may take you a tiny bit of time to get to your major goal, but I think it's benefit for you to start making easier steps for you to do. So that's basically the reading for you. Putting my chair back on here. Yeah, actually, I think it is. And like I said, the reason I think that is because this person seems like there was something left unresolved too. Like you wish you had kind of, even if it doesn't end up being a relationship, it feels like you need some closure with this person too. So one way or another, either you need closure with this person so that you can have the space ready in your heart to let go and move on because you need that closure in order to do that, or this person's coming back into your life because they've missed you and they realized just how much of a dork they were for letting you go in the first place, kind of a deal. You know what I'm saying? But it was a relationship that was very close. It was very much like the relationship you wanted, but you both kind of had to grow up a little bit first, kind of a deal. And I think that it may be some, like I said, I know it's someone in your life, but and someone from the past, mousy brown hair, half moon eyes, purples and blues. Like I said, dark sense of humor, but likes to deal with likes bugs and stuff like that. Kind of like a. Do you know who Fred is on Angel? It's kind of like a Fred character, if you know who Fred is. Only a little bit less mousy than Fred. A little bit more. If you don't know who that is, I'm sorry. So she might be coming back in your life, and if that window does an opportunity, I would just have a nice, heartfelt conversation. So, and that's what I'm feeling is this person might be coming back in your life for whatever reason, and that's what's needed for you to finally move on to the next stage of that. When you're done with that, or that might be the person or something you need to do with that person before you can really move on and get ready for love. Either it's I need to do so, that, I don't know what it is. It's a free will. It's you guys have to get together and let it happen kind of a thing for me. You to find out what you need to find out. So I don't know. Like I said, something about bugs. I don't know if they've been having some bug issues lately, but something about bugs in their life right now. I don't know if that's something that kind of might come up. Something about was there something you guys did with bugs once upon a time, like releasing a bug or something like that? I don't know why I keep seeing I keep seeing cocooned butterflies come out of their shell. So she might not look exactly the way you remember her. She might have upped her game a little bit. You might go, that's the same girl? Oh my dear God, kind of a deal. Pretty woman time. How about that? Yep, see. There we go. Now we got it. Something like that. Ah. Yeah, I got these things here from a company. I've got a couple different ones actually. I've got that one. I've got here. Let me show off my hat collection. Okay, I've got like a army one. I've got like a galaxy kind of a one. I've got another galaxy kind of one. This is a that's for my cards, and I've got that. So I've got a couple different headbands I can wear from time to time. Oh, and I've got the good old one that I normally wear. I just thought today I'd do something different. So this is my normal one. I just thought, oh, I'll do something different today. So I usually like my hat set up a certain way, and it's being a bitch. It won't let me set it up right. There we go. I like to make sure my stars and stripes are on the right sides. So, anything else going on with you? We also do, just sit here chit chat about life every once in a while. I try to give you guys some good advice if I can. I've been married for 18 years. I had sporadic dating. At best, for me, I wasn't always the best dater, but I did know when real love looked me in the eye. So, wait a minute. I was going to say, wait a minute. So, Yeah, the with your energy there, Hatter, from what I was feeling as far as the job and the career thing goes, I kind of feel like you already know what you really want to go after. I just think you're afraid to do it. Like, I don't know why you keep holding back from going after your dream or not, or why you keep doing that to yourself, but it seems like you're holding back on something, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like you're trying to make yourself crazy here, but you're kind of making yourself crazy here. You know what I'm saying? And it feels like all you have to do is like I think that more schooling will help kind of redefine that for you because I think you kind of got to get a little bit of a taste of it to kind of find out whether or not you like it or not. Does that make sense? Like there's a is there like a internship or a partnership in like a you're not going to get really paid for it to do it, but it's more about the experience of internship or something like that available right now that you're trying to go after too? Because I think an internship in what you're trying to think of, so you can kind of see how it works a little bit before you do it. Because I think you have two different things. One's very artsy and one's very um, kind of programmy. So one's a little bit more computer programmy, one's a little bit more artsy. You want to find a way to combine both of them. That's what you're trying to do here is trying to find a way to combine both of those things into one thing. And I think once you ask yourself that question of whether or not I know what that is, you'll kind of have your aha moment and you'll go, oh, now I know what I want to do. You know, just ask yourself, what do you really want to see yourself be in the future? I said I wanted to be someone who helped person. That was my only premise. You know, what is your premise? What do you want to see yourself become in the future? I want to be a good XYZ. Or why do I want to be that? What is my drive? What is my goal towards that? Is this personal ambition? Is this personal growth? Is it me becoming better at this job? Blah, 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 blah. And we all go through those moments, and I went through those moments too, as trying to find my path and find out whether I need to go do a job for a little bit and then maybe see how something works out a little bit because I tried a couple of jobs out before I went and did the whole let's go to school for it kind of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like I went and saw how well, I wanted to be a teacher, so I paid attention at what teachers had to do on a daily basis. You know, I wanted to be a possible person in the service. I found out what the requirements were. If it weren't for a back surgery that I had, I probably would have done the service thingy, you know. But life didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So I became a customer service agent. I was a lot of customer service agents. I was customer service agents from every place from toy stores to food places. I wanted to be someone who helped the customer. I like to help people. That's what I have always liked to do. It didn't matter what job I was doing as long as I was doing something to help someone make their day be better. That's what I really felt like I wanted to do with my life, you know? And then, you know, so I did a lot of fast food, a lot of customer service oriented jobs. And then I found my path in the most unlikely of places in faith. For me, it was faith that found my path. So I followed my faith and followed my heart, and it led me to a place where I could say, hey, what do I really want to do with my life? And I've been a Renaissance man. I've done a lot of different things. So don't think that you can't start doing something right now and go get the schooling for it and have that in your wheelhouse. That's always going to be an extra added on top of it. Well, I was just saying that's why I was asking because yeah, and see now you got to just find the right company who would love that part of you because you're high functioning. I know a lot of high functioning people who have autism who are high functioning. They're sometimes the best workers because they're so focused on what they're doing. You know, so you know sometimes you have to use your most negative attribute is your most beneficial attribute. I'm a go getter. I do get things done. I do all this shit. So instead of saying I have autism, say yeah I do have a disability, but it doesn't get in my way. If you want to know what my disability is, I'll let you know. Fine, but it doesn't get in my way. I'm a go getter. I get things done. I'm very task oriented. Everything that you think is bad about it, you put it in a positive light. And I don't know where you live, so you might have different things than I do. All right. Yeah, like I said, everybody has it's hard out there. I don't know what country you live in, but if you're in America, there's just so much opportunity out there right now that people are having a hard time filling spots because people are being picky now about what job they want. They realize that they can actually go get the job they want now rather than being forced to have a job that they don't want. Yeah, I agree. See, I grew up around high functioning autistic people. I grew up around those people who had the disabilities. And let me tell you, it was those people who found a way to use their disability to their advantage and not in a negative way. That's what those are the kids who seem to do better in class. They would use their disadvantages to their advantages. AKA if they were very energetic in PE class, they would kick ass, you know what I'm saying? They're the guy you wanted on your dodgeball team, that's for sure. Yeah. And okay, you're in the UK, so like I said, you're not too far away from the same kind of systems as America has. I know you have a lot different in as far as the way we do things, but practically pretty close to the. You have the ability to go somewhere and get the help. You know, you're not being forced to do march in a army where you don't have choices. That's what I'm saying. At least you're at least you have a place where you can have a relatively good choice or place where you can go get that. You know what I'm saying? And from what I'm hearing in the UK right now, it's just there's a lot of jobs out there that people don't want to do. That maybe sometimes you have to take a job you don't want to do for a while so that you can get enough experience behind you. And if it's something related to the job that you want to apply for, even better. Like I said, I'm sorry if they're not allowing you to do the internships and stuff like that, but there's always someone out there who would love an internship. Go find someone like I said, depending on what you want to do for a living, go find someone who's good at it that you think you can believe in, who you know is not gonna hurt you. Say, I'd be willing to work for free for you as long as you teach me how to do what you do. So no one's gonna turn down a bunch of free help as long as they don't ask you to go get coffee every 5 minutes. They actually teach you something. Oh. Oh. Yeah. See, and that's the thing is if you can use that to your advantage, that emotional thing. I'm passionate. I'm driven. I care about the place that I'm working for. It seems like I have high anxiety, stuff like that, but it's not high anxiety. It's you know what I'm saying. I agree. I agree with you though. Um, See, when it comes to reading and comprehension, very low scores. When it comes to creative and problem solving, very high scores. But so I don't read and comprehend it very well. But if you show me how to do it a couple of times, I can pretty much get it down. And I have the kind of mind that every once in a while I go into full tilt. I can understand physics mode without ever studying physics. You know, never ever have read a book on physics and I understand how physics works. Never have I read a couple of different things, but I understand how some things work in this world. Never picked up a book to read about it, but I understand how it works. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in high school I would read a chapter of it here or there, but basic physics is different than knowing how the intricacies of multidimensional shit works. And that's what happens when you have a brain like mine, when your brain touches a different reality every 5 seconds. Yeah, go ahead, whenever you want to hear. Well, like I said, there's no one here, we do readings for as many times as you want to get it done. You know what I'm saying? The readings, like I said, are here to help you. And if there's no one else here, you want a reading, you don't have to even enter the queue there. Just throw me your numbers and let me know what you want to know. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is there are people out there who can help you learn and teach you the right way, and then there are bosses out there like that too. You just got to find the right person, the right place to work with. Yeah, it's a problem here in America too. So don't think you're the only one who has issues with that. You know, we have problems with the teachers not getting enough money for the jobs that they're doing, and they don't have enough support for the job that they're doing. They shouldn't have to pay for anything. They should be able to walk into their schools and get everything that they need to get without worrying about whether or not we've paid for it or not. It's just there. So here we go then, hater. One, two, three, and then the 28th card. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the 28th card. What was your question there, Hatter? Just a general, huh? All right, here we go with your general. Yeah, I saw it once I looked up. So usually a general is a little bit different than a question because this is what you really need to know about what's going on in your path right now. So, um, I know that this question of who you want to be is forefront in your mind, but you actually do know what you want to be. It's you lack the courage to go after it. That's the real question is whether I believe in myself enough that I can go after the things I really want in this world. How can I become what I see in my head? That's what keeps stopping you from a lot of the things that you're doing right now. It's that you can't see that spot already have happened. And you need to start to put that into your head. I see myself already becoming this kind of a person. I saw myself becoming a person who could help someone. I didn't know it was a tarot reader at the time, but I put that general out there to say, hey, universe, hear me right now. This is what I want to do with my life, what I want to kind of have in my life and stuff like that. Now that I have a clear idea of what that is, I need to make it become the reality. And that's what it is right now. It's a little bit more of the how do I own who I am and be proud of who I am moment. How do I let my emotions out in what I want to do with life as well? Because it feels like you're holding back a little bit on what your passionate dreams are and what you really want to be doing because you're scared people will think you're silly or dumb or whatever it is that keeps stopping you from really going after what you want to do because you don't think people will approve or whatever. Well, you get to be the person who controls what kind of emotions you receive and take in this world. Just like rain, you can bring that umbrella outside to keep yourself from that emotional garbage other people throw your way. But you have to start to allow your rain to pour down onto this world. Either you can be the light, happy rain where people can hide under the umbrella, or sometimes you have to be the gale force. I have to hide under a structure like a storm shelter or something in order to escape your wrath, you know. But you get to be the one who controls what's going on in their world. You're the sky in your own world. The rain is what you allow happen to it. So allow those emotions to come out in a very healthier way to wash away all of that which is keeping you from being what you want to be. That's the only way you will finally find this in home feeling about yourself. Yeah, and that's what we're working on right now. I had to read what you just said, Hatter, but see, that's what we're working on. Is we're working on, and your energies are leading you towards a place where you can finally have this home feeling within yourself. Now, when you think of home, a real good home, okay, it's got a solid foundation of all the important things that you want in your life. Then we build on top of that foundation walls that keep that safe. Like, what are we going to add to keep our thing that we just made good and safe? What are we going to protect the sides? What are we going to protect on top? And what are we going to allow ourselves that door to be able to come and go whenever we please instead of making a cage, we're making a home where we feel good about who we are and what we're doing in our life. We're pretty good about our journey and stuff like that. That's what we're working towards. And your question isn't so. The universe is basically saying you just have to kind of stop putting yourself in this icy block and keeping yourself protected from this harm that you think. Yeah. Okay, just reading what you wrote here. Give me a second. Yeah. So this ice block card comes up usually when someone's blocking themselves away because they're so afraid of the hurt or harm that people might throw their way or their judgments or whatever that they've kept themselves so blocked away. They put this icy exterior out there so people kind of stay a little bit away from them. Not so much that they're feeling like they have to run away because you have daggers out, but enough to where they kind of feel like they have to really work to get your attention in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's about you breaking apart that icy block of what you put yourself in your own situation. You let your anxieties rule you when you should be ruling your anxieties. I know you have moments when we can control, but the moments we can control, we use those moments and make sure we break out of this ice block that we put ourselves in. And it's really weird what I'm picking up for you right now because it feels like how do I explain this? You have a certain tick that happens when you get overly stressed out, like a certain thing that happens to you when you get really, really to a point where you know that's kind of your warning sign to stop or go lay down or do whatever or do something different. It's a physical thing. Kind of feels like a throbbing of some kind. I don't know where this throbbing is. Yeah. And it kind of feels like that's you putting yourself back into a safe spot. Now I have to have my safe spot, but now you've built that safe spot up so much that you're blocking all the other feelings out that you want to feel, like the happy and the joy and all those other stuff. Yeah, and like I said, sometimes you can't control it, and it's finding a way to use that in that moment. And it feels like what you're trying to do is you're trying to break free from these bad old patterns. And what you need to start to ask yourself is, how can I, when I am having these out of control moments, first I have to give myself, okay, stop beating up on myself for saying I had a moment. Okay, I have them too. We all have moments of anxiety. We all have moments of I can't deal right now. Just let it happen. When it's done, you get back on the horse. You say, okay, now that that's over, how can I move on and make this a positive thing? How can I use this to my advantage? How can I use this energy to move me in a more positive direction? AKA, I'm feeling really, really, really panicky right now. Why don't I get some organization done? Okay, and why don't I go on a jog, lose some weight, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you fill in the blank there. You know how to control your anxiety, either when you can't control it. You know what I'm saying? You just got to let it happen sometimes. And I feel like that's the thing you need to get better at, is just letting it happen. And then when it does happen, you you just acknowledge it, at least in your mind. You go, having a moment, take your deep breath, use your tools to get you back to a spot where you can be normal ish, because we all have that, I don't know. And Jew Bears, I'm going to get to your reading next here. I was just finishing this up real quick. Yeah, and that's the point. Is just training yourself to kind of go. This isn't them yelling at me. They're giving me constructive feedback. They're giving me an opportunity to improve. See what I'm saying? Even though it feels like a negative moment, I'm going to give myself an opportunity. Oh, they told me how I can improve today. Here's how I can do a little bit better. Let me try doing that. And I think that school is a better choice right now than going straight into work, because I think you will find a job or a place that you will want to be with through the schooling part. You'll meet someone in schooling that's going to be like a partner or someone who's going to help you with this. So you won't have to do it alone. I kind of think you will end up making your own business with this person someday. I think it will be either a significant other or a best friend or someone who's been kind of your wing person pretty much a long, long time. And you guys, people, both of you have been thinking about doing this for a while, to just doing this along with somebody else as well, to have that extra support as your backup. Basically, I'm going to back you up, you're going to back me up kind of a deal. Um, so, yeah. And I don't have autism, so I can't speak to it a lot because I don't actually have to deal with it every day. So this is just somebody who deals with I deal with a slight I'm on the very low end of OCD and maybe very low end of being a high anxiety person, kind of a functional autistic, but I'm on the very, very, very edge of those things. Like I don't have enough of it in me to really say I have that. I have tendencies of it, but I'm very OCD and very high functioning autistic when it comes to things like organization or getting things together or figuring things out. But then I get stuck in my head and go into what I call over panic mode or overdrive mode, where I just can't control stopping how I'm feeling, thinking, or anything. Yeah, that's what I think is going to be. I think that exactly what you're saying right now. Yeah, and I think that's kind of what's coming for you. I think that's going to be the thing that opens up the doors for you that you're waiting to see. So I would keep going with the plan. Jew Bears, throw me your numbers. Just a general reading for you today, Jew Bears. Let me cleanse these cards off for you before I do your shuffle. And just a general reading today, or what do we need to know today there, Jew Bears? Okay, let's see what they say there, Jew Bears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we got 8 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we got the 8th card. And you want to know what other people think about you and your relationship, huh? Oh, Jew Bears, how are we doing? Hopefully we're having a good one here. Okay, so here's what the deal is for as far as what other people think there, Jew Bears. You're one of the lucky few people out there where people look at the relationship that they're in and people go, oh, I wish I had that sometimes. They want to see you cherish the thing that's right in front of you. Sometimes they don't feel like you cherish the good thing that is right in front of your face. Rather than wondering what's wrong with it, you don't just appreciate that you have it, kind of a deal. And that's what keeps kind of stopping you from this thing here. And they're just wondering why you can't stop and see that the beautiful thing you have in front of your face is beautiful and appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of one of their major feelings here for you and with your relationship with JoJo here. They don't give two shits because you have this little image you want them to see. Well, they see exactly what you want them to see because that's all you're showing them is this little bit of you. So this is all they have to judge for you. So why are you showing them just one little piece of the puzzle when you could be showing them a whole reflection of what your whole relationship looks like? It doesn't matter if they like it or not like it. That's on them. If they don't like it, pooey on them. Okay? But it's how you see the relationship. It's what image you are putting out there into the world. So you want people to see you in that other light. Maybe you should start stepping up the game and walking the walk and talking the talk and doing the do. Rather than complaining about it not being what you want, maybe it's time to start to make it be what we want it to be. You know? It's about that new foundation, this new beginning, this new start, this new thing that we want to create together. It's we're doing this together. It's no longer a you versus me situation. You know what I'm saying? And this new foundation that you're setting with this person, JoJo, you guys decide what this means. Who cares what anybody else thinks of it? Your rules, your house, your relationship. Whatever else might think of it, fuck them. I don't think anyone really cares too much about it, honestly. They see you having a new beginning, starting things off, so they're not really being too judgmental right now because they don't honestly know where it's going to go. They want to see you do something, like I said, the thing that they see you doing more about your boyfriends and what they think about our relationship. What does your boyfriends think about our relationship? Well, you know, they see it as some things that you still need to work on, that you need to move some of these old bad patterns that you're still doing sometimes have to be moved out of what relationships are, but you're trying to move new good ones in its place. So you're trying to make this work and trying to make this relationship work. You're trying to throw away what doesn't work and accept what you can do with this relationship. You like to see the image be a little bit more broader based, so you're thinking about letting people see a little bit more on the inside of what goes on between you and your person. And knowing that you have that strong foundation that can't rock you is what's going to help them really see you for who you truly are. So that's kind of what I'm saying here, Jew Bears, is that, like I said, that's kind of the way they see you at that a little bit there. And then we do have God cards too as well. Does JoJo still like your boyfriend? In a way that any friend would like another friend. I mean, she's with you. So he doesn't, they don't really think what you're too concerned with what other people are like worried about you for. Oh my god. Um yeah, you can ask, does he still like your boyfriend? In a friend way, maybe, yeah, still like that. You're talking about like him as in I want to fall madly back in love with him and steal him away from you. Even if that was true, it's not happening. People like you. I like women too. I like other women too. I love my wife, but I like other women too. It's different. Like is different than love. It's not a love situation, it's a like situation. Do you want to see your God cards, Jew Bear? So, what are they telling you to do about this situation or the situation, other situation? And I kind of feel like this goes back to the last question a little bit. You need to let the old crap die. Whatever the situation used to be, it's time to finally say goodbye to it and allow it some time and space to just let it go and let it have its space to just decay on its own and turn into something else beneficial later. You need to start to do this a little bit better in life. And that you need to remind yourself that it's about the journey you're on, not about the destination. It's not about the prize at the end of the rainbow. It's about what you learn during that journey. Just like the Goonies, when they went through that treasure hunting thing, it wasn't all about the treasure that they learned. They also learned what friendship meant, what bravery meant, a bunch of other things. Without the journey to get to the treasure, it doesn't matter whether or not they did it or not. If they didn't go on the adventure, the Goondocks would have failed. But you have to start to be like the people who got in that car and got in that bike and started to bike down that path to where that treasure map led. And it's time for you to start to drive to this place rather than take that long, hard walk. Well, get on your bike. Don't get on your foot. You know, they didn't ride bike. They rode bikes back then. They didn't ride in. Now you can drive a car. Hey, guess what? That has gas. You can sit down. Nice, pretty music. You can roll windows down. You can bring your crap with you. You will take the nice soft walk of driving because you're going to take your hands to the wheel and start to drive yourself where you want to go for a change and start to go a little bit faster, but not so fast that you can't enjoy the ride. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that means. Yeah, and I think that's the problem, Jew Bears, is you care way too much about what other people think. I want you to think about it like this way, okay? Okay, just want you to do this for me today. If you do nothing else today, please do this. I want you to go into a mirror and say everything you think people are saying about you to that mirror and stay there until you stop feeling like crap. Because you know what? I bet you are going to get away from that mirror in about 5 to 10 seconds because you won't be able to sit there looking at yourself in the eye, telling yourself all the crap you think they're telling you. That's basically what you're doing every time that you think what they're thinking about you. You're looking in the mirror and you're hearing the words, I hate you, Jew Bears. You're not good enough, Jew Bears. You know, all this stuff. bounces right back into your head because the only person saying it to you is you. They don't. I'm sorry, we aren't that always thinking about another person. We're too involved in our own lives, people. I can sure try. I can give you a better. I can give you an idea, Hatter. But give me a second here. Let me do a cleansing shuffle. Okay, I do have one other rule you need to be aware of, Hatter. After the third reading, I want you to give it a little bit more time, like a half an hour to an hour before you get another reading. Okay, just because that way I can kind of recoup my energy from you a little bit, and I don't get so much. Don't get lost if I keep doing reading after reading after reading for a person. Sometimes it drains the battery a little bit. So, but here we go. Here's your question about your friends' relationships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then 1, 2, and then the third card about your friends' relationship, huh? What's going on with the friends? So, what is going on with your friends' relationship? It does have a little bit of work that needs to be done with it. We're not going to lie to ourselves here. There's some things that they're trying to fix right now about the relationship. But you have to give it time for them to figure stuff out. It does seem like a mess right now, but it's a mess for a reason. They have to bring their own coals together to start to focus the fire together. Remember, they're trying to bring one flame together with another flame and make them dance together. Sometimes that's a hard thing to do with people who are very strong personalities sometimes. And you know these two people are very strong personalities. But they have to learn how to move their lives around, their physical lives, their mental lives, and their spiritual lives, or their love lives, as I like to say, into being a better, more balanced scale. So they're working on making things work a little bit by finding better scheduling, stuff like that. They're trying to do what I call an unseen path. Now, if you remember the easy path being one step at a time approach, the hard path is all about jumping headfirst into your goal and climbing over any hot hills, valleys, or whatever else you need to in order to get to your goal as quickly as possible. You put both of those together, the hard path and the easy path together, and you get the unseen path. But the thing about the unseen path is there's some things that they're trying to cut through right now that they're not quite seeing quite yet. They're trying to get things going and moving through. So they're cutting through some of the bullshit to get to what the root of the problem is right now, or root of what's going on right now, so that they can start to work together. Not a really easy path or a hard path. They're going to take an unseen path, an unseen future, but they're going to try to do it together by cutting down the reeds that are in front of them and facing the fears of that they have had their most of their lives. It's going to be about sharing the right kind of information between one another. A whole new world of communication is about to open up. And it's time for them to do that. It's time to share more of the information. It's just talking more and being more open and letting things be talked about a little bit more and allowing that. I'm going to share a little bit more about what's going on with me so you have a better understanding. It's just that if you have that better understanding, I'm not going to worry, aka blah, blah, blah anymore. But they're both trying to donate back to this relationship. They're trying to give it what it needs to be a healthy relationship. They're not trying to fill it with the sugary, treaty, wanty stuff that everyone thinks this relationship should look like. Real relationships, good relationships take work sometimes. And we all have these moments when they have these ups and downs. And it may not seem like we're picking up the right kind of things right now, but what they're doing is they're picking up that change that they need to donate to their relationship box so that they can spend it on the things that they want to start to do with their relationship. So they're picking up all the different advice and picking up all the different tools that they need so that they can bring them together and say, oh, we've got enough now. Now we need to spend it on how do we work together better as a team, stuff like that. So that's basically what's going on with them. So they're trying to find a way to be a little bit more giving with one another, donating more time to one another, donating back to one another again. And that's, spending more time or being more available to is part of the issue too. So it's communication and availability are the two major causes here of what's going on. And it's just, all it's going to take is for one person to just maybe take a time, both of them have to take a little bit off of their break. They're trying too hard to do their own thing and not coming together as that team thingy. Yeah. So that's kind of what's going on that I'm seeing here. And it's more of we need to break the ice. We need to get under the surface and really talk about the meat and potatoes of it. And not get upset and angry that we're telling each other something we really need to hear right now. We call it big ears in my family. Hey, you know what? My wife yells at me at a daily basis, but you know what she says right before she does that? Big ears, I have something I need to tell you that you really need to listen to with your whole heart. I'm not yelling at you, but if I'm yelling at you, it's because I need to get this out. Please don't take this too personally, but take it personally. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not like, the end of the world conversation. We're not getting divorced because of it. It's just, you're a pain in my ass right now, and I need to tell you. So that's basically what's going on there. Oh, my back hurts so bad today, guys. Oh my God. Can you hear Cam on the cob in the background? I play marbles once in a while when I don't have anybody else watching me. And thank you guys for the follows. I'm almost at 600 now. Ooh. I've only got 400 follows to go before I reach the 1K. Woohoo. I'm going to have another celebration when I hit 1K, but nope, nothing left on there. That was worth a shot. Trying to find a little bit more weed. I'm pain. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna see if I can ask my wife for some fun. Hi guys, I'm back. We're doing a little bit of green here. It's just a little bit because I'm in pain and I decided just a tiny bit for myself right now. It's going to be good. So I got a little bit of green to help me with the pain. Let's shout some people out here real quick. All right, guys. There's some good people to go follow there. Go follow my friend Games with Snakes, especially. We're gonna go visit him as soon as he comes back on. That's the raid message when we do it. Of course, Gravity doesn't like me today. Okay, let's see here. Damn it. No, 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 no. Come here. I'll be right with you, Serenity. Trying to fix something here. Let me try it now. I just want to try one thing here and see if this works, and then we'll go from there. All right, now this is supposed to work if I do this way. Ah. Why doesn't that work? I don't know. Okay, I don't know why that's not working. Well, I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Alright. Anyway. Alright, Serenity, let's get to it. Sorry. Give me your number, Serenity. Claire, I have to cleanse the cards off real quick for you, hon. Alright, here we go. Oops. Come on, Claire. Clear. One, two, three, four, five, six, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay, so just a general reading for you today, my lady? Or did we have a question with this one? Oh, sorry about this, guys. Okay, I'm blowing my nose on screen, sorry. Oh, sorry you had to see that, guys. Filling up my coffee here real quick. Well, Serenity, what I'm seeing here on the cards here is that you really want to go tonight. I think it's a good idea. You want to find acceptance. You want to find acceptance, and you're never going to be able to do that until you test those boundaries a little bit. You know, you can't find your people until you go give them a shot, give them a try. And you finding the acceptance that you really want to be finding here is accepting them in perfect love and perfect trust. You know, I think it will be worth it to you. It's all about you accepting it. As you walk in that door, you walk in perfect love and perfect trust. If they prove to be the kind of people you don't want to be around, then don't be around them. That's that simple. You have to be like the volcano when you go in there. If they're going to be people who aren't going to be conducive to your path and what you want to be doing, you don't have to destroy them in order to make a new path. You just have to let them know, hey, I have a certain way I am. This is how I am sometimes. If sometimes you get in my way, I'm like a fucking volcano. I'm going to pour some volcano-ish lava on your ass if you get in my way and try to make me have a bad time here. So you have to be like the volcano who has that power to let them know, hey, if they are going to cause shit with you, you have the power and the resources to bowl over them with that new path that they're just going to be another stepping stone on your way towards what you want to get to. I don't think that's going to happen. I think what's going to happen is they're going to help you build this path together. And as you start to realize that they're just going to stand to the side and make sure they navigate that lava towards the ocean you want it to go towards, so we can create that all new land you want to make. And it's going to be more about you extinguishing some of your old bad patterns and letting go and trusting for once. I think this is going to be an exercise in you experiencing what that means for you. You giving your trust away and being okay with that. Giving your love away and their free will away a tiny bit so that you can have an experience. But that means you have to take care of your shit too. You can't go in there with all those fires roaring. So take care of your shit before you go. Ground and center, clear all of your own crap away, leave your anxieties, your fears, and your other crap here at home when you go there, okay? Because if you bring it with you, it will come with you. And that's what I mean by not putting out your fires. You got to put those ones out so that when you walk in there, the experience you are going to have is the experience I'm going to have. I will allow myself that experience because that will help me grow. It will help me build my wall of safety that I'm trying to build within myself right now. I can't, if I have resources or I have someone who can help me have a better idea, a better understanding of how to do it. What if you met 10 beautiful people who helped you get to exactly where you wanted to go, but you were so afraid of going that you didn't try, that you didn't get that opportunity? That's what you're taking away from yourself. You may run into one little dickhead somewhere in that whole mix of those 10 people, but those other 9 people, you even needed the dickhead because he was the catalyst you needed to boot you in the ass to go do it. Okay? That's just what I'm saying. Every person who is there will be there for a reason. They will help build those walls of that new foundation in which you are trying to set for yourself. So they're going to help you make those walls good for you. They're not trying to make you into a carbon copy of them. They're trying to help you obtain spiritual awareness, and that means putting you through some things that are uncomfortable at times, but it's for a good spiritual reason. It's not like they're trying to put you through it just to put you through it. They're not going to make you go through something that you don't want to. Okay, they're not bringing out the ties and the blindfolds, and they're not going to kidnap you and drive you into the middle of the desert and tell you if you can walk back to where they're at, you're in, okay? It's not that kind of a club, okay? It's kind of like that's what you're afraid of. I'm going to get there. They're going to kidnap me, draw me out to the middle of the desert, and force me to be a Christian or something, or whatever else bad, whatever Muslim, whatever religion you put in that little square box. Hell, they could make me be a Wiccan. Fuck, that could be scary. You know what I'm saying? So every little decision, and I think you're more worried about the... You should be scared of not giving yourself a chance. That's what you should be scared of. You're denying yourself what the universe is trying to teach you. How is it going to teach you to get through all of this stuff if you're not willing to put yourself in the position where they can teach you how to get through this? That's what they're basically saying to me to tell you is the only reason you're going through what you're going through right now is because they're letting it happen because this is what you said you wanted to learn how to overcome and overdo. So now that I'm in the learning process of getting over some of these fears, it means I have to test my own physical body and my own mental body and my own spiritual body and test that theory. How that works out? Well, that's what we have free will for, game guys. Woohoo! You know what I'm saying? That's what the game board is for. Let's see how it all works out. And no one can guarantee any outcome, not even me. I can tell you right now, every outcome I tell anybody can change the moment I tell you it because that's the moment you've decided to do A, B, or C, or D different or exactly what I've told you to do that day. No? No. I think this experience is going to be good for you. What happened the last experience that I told you to go to that I thought would be a growing? I told you it would be kind of a difficult moment. You'd have to face one major thing there, but it would be beneficial for you. It was like I think it was two readings ago or something like that. It was boring. So what did you get out of that experience, and did you get anything out of that experience when you did go give that a shot? So you went, it wasn't expected because it was not as busy as you thought it was going to be. Maybe that was good for you because it was giving you that test water. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people means not a lot of other extra voices going around. You can concentrate on a small group of people and really really get to know people. Whereas if you're in a giant convention kind of setting, it's hard to stop and chit chat with every single person there because they're all doing everything else like little ants everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I know. I say that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Lala. Welcome on in. How are we doing today, Lala? Welcome in, subscriber. Hopefully, you're enjoying your subscription here with me. And how can I help you today, my friend? Let's see here. We're going to get to doing the next person in line here. Thank you, Serenity. Jew Bears, do you need another reading, huh? What do we need to know this time, Jew Bears? And then, Lala, you'll be next. Let me clear the cards off for you so that you get a fresh, clean reading. Then I'm going to take a little bit of my tobacco cannabis mix and have ourselves a toki toki. And let me know what your numbers are. And then next, you'll be next in line, Lala. I hear you. Realtors are a pain in the ass. So are lawyers, so are doctors, and stuff like that. Okay, why did it turn sour between J and M? Okay, let's find out. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, and the ninth card. Why did it turn sour, right? Well, these are the main reasons why they and this I will be closing down the queue, so this will be the end of my readings for today. The people who are in line now are the last of the people who I will be reading for. So thank you very much for all those who have entered the queue. Anyone now who enters the queue will be locked out because I've locked you the hell out. Okay, but here's what we need to know there, Jew Bears, about why it would turn sour between J and M. First of all, they couldn't go with the flow enough. They were too concerned with the plan or how it was going to be going or why it was going or where it was going and why all this expectation crap was too much stress on them. It was about them putting on that new expectation that we can't just live in the moment. We have to plan every last little detail of this relationship or thing what we're going to be doing with it out. And it was kind of stressing them both out because there were too much expectations on each other people. They both had very driven personal dreams that kind of conflicted a little bit. J or M had a job or something that kind of conflicted in hours or location or something like that where now I have to do what I do for a while, you have to do what you do for a while, but when we try to get together, it's kind of hard for us to do that because our jobs kind of conflict because I'm in my own car driving my own way, you're in your own car driving your own way. We're not driving together on this path, and it's kind of like that's kind of part of the reason they weren't able to get into the car together and take that ride together or become that team. We are supposed to each have our own separate things, yes, but at the end of the day, we have to come together as that team to be that supportive member, even though we might not understand what the other person is doing or can't see that person on a regular basis. We have to allow ourselves that ability to say, you can come along for the ride as well. And that's kind of what happened there is a little bit there. They were so concerned with finding the prize at the end of the rainbow. So whatever that meant for them, children, a successful marriage, whatever. The stress was so much on them. The prize at the end of the rainbow was so much on them, they couldn't enjoy the journey. So, just like the Wandering Path said in the beginning, because of what's gone on in their past, they couldn't just go with the flow. Well, not only can they not go with the flow, they're both on their own journeys in their own separate cars, taking it on different paths. They're both trying to find different things. They're not doing this together. This is them doing separate things, trying to make this a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to stress that out. They're not allowing the old bad habits or old bad crap that they both need to throw away. And I'm both of them need to do this in order for this relationship to go back to any kind of sense of normal. But they weren't willing to throw away some of the things that weren't working on both ends. Either I have to listen and be a little bit more attentive listener on my end. You have to blah 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 blah. You can't throw away the I assume you are like this all of the time because I think I know you. I don't even assume I know everything about my wife, even though I feel like our souls are tied together. I can't jump into her head and think her thoughts and live her life, can I? So I have to ask her what's going on. If she won't tell me what's going on, I can't know what's going on. All that does is make me worry and stress out and anxiety inside. So I have to throw away my fear that she's telling me something that could be endangering herself. She's only telling me what I need to know. She's not in danger. Give me 1 second. I got my wife's meal at the door. 1 second. So that's pretty much, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They couldn't throw away the bad habits. They couldn't throw away the old, all of that stuff. They both had separate dreams. They both had other things that were going on, and that's kind of why it wasn't working out. They were too busy trying to fix themselves first and get their own paths on track. They weren't really ready for a relationship. You know what I'm saying? They tried. It didn't work. End of story, Bears. So, now, Lala. Let me do your reading here, Lala. And then last but not least, Hatter. Fourth and final reading for Hatter. It's your turn, Lala. And you're making the right decision. Let me do a nice cleansing shuffle for you. This sounds like an important decision we need to help with here. You're a nuisance. You, nuisance, you. How dare you come here and give me content and make me busy and make me, oh no, not that. Please stop hanging out with me. How dare you, Hatter? Bad Hatter, bad. Does he feel better now? Okay, now that we've gotten that out of our systems. Okay. Yeah, okay. Like I said, I don't mind giving people multiple readings. That's not in the question here. When I've given people multiple readings, I just ask you to give me a break for a little bit so I can get some other people. You know, a couple in a row, you know, that kind of gets tedious after a while. That's all. So, great. Ounce of sarcasm. I love it. Would you like a little bit more of that? I've got some nice tea here. Oh, wait. I've got some really strong coffee full of, you know, some epic, making you feel better. Hey, welcome in, returning chatters before brands. Welcome in. I am just ending my stream soon here. I'm going to be doing a reading for 2 more people, and I'll be done for today. So I'm going to do this right now here. Let's find out the answer you came here to find. Are you making the right decision? 1. And, 2. And you got God cards, too. All right. And now we got the 22nd card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And you got 3 God cards today. Yeah, like I said, queue is closed till tomorrow. Well, are you making the right decision? No, it's okay. That's why it's all right. That's why it says what it says when you go to try to enter the queue. It's not your fault. I'm getting a little bit drained and tired and stuff, so I kind of felt like, you know, it was time to close the queue off. So I apologize, but come back tomorrow. I should be here between 9 and 12 p.m. And maybe if you want to stick around, maybe if I feel up to it, I'll try to squeeze you in there. Okay, but wait till like I'm done with Hater, because I've done his reading like 4 in a row now, and I wasn't sure I could do another one. So I don't know if he wants to just give his spot up for you or not, or something like that, or if he really needs this other reading. But let me see how I feel after that. Deal? So, but let me get back to Lala here and her decision. The thing you don't want to happen here, Lala, if you're making the wrong decision, what if you're not making the right decision? What if this is the best decision you could ever make? What if this is the decision that makes you succeed in life? What if this is the decision that changes everything? You're thinking of only the negative guilt associations with this. Stop feeling guilty for what you had done or think you had done wrong, and stop feeling guilty that you actually might succeed and be happy for a change. Of course, you should take some time to weigh both options as carefully as possible, but don't let your guilt of succeeding stop you from doing something you know in your heart you've been wanting to do for a while. And I say that to you like you already know you've wanted to do this. You just kind of felt like you need universal permission. Well, hello, my name is Joshua. I speak on behalf of the universe, and I hereby give you permission to go do it. Okay? Stop being at war with both sides of yourself here. The 2 different warring sides need to stop, and we need to find a way to come together, or we need to find a way to make peace and be okay with what we are doing. Whether it works or doesn't work, we have at least tried, right? We have to stop being at war with these dualistic personality persons in ourselves of the I can'ts and I can'ts and I can'ts and I can'ts versus the I know I cans, I know I cans, I know I cans, rather than say I can and can't, say, you know what? We're working on it. It's working. We're trying to make this work. It's not a fight anymore. We're trying to do this together. And now the thing you have to understand is You have to understand that what you have been through has been like a labor process. I know it's stop laughing so hard because it may mean something a little bit more tee-hee to you at this moment. But you know what? You've been going through the birth canal for a reason. Because we go through that birth canal or that birthing process, we now become stronger people because we have fought our way to life. We have fought our way into being. Now that we are born and become, we have to say to ourselves, I am. So, is this decision something that you are saying, I am? Or are you saying to yourself, I'm not? And that's what you're asking yourself right now. I'm not this or I am this. And of course, you know you are. Of course, this is a decision you should definitely take a little bit more time to think about because I think that you just want to say to yourself, I gave it the best thought I can. Well, you've done that. How many times have we done that this time? How many times have we continued to do it? Trust that you see yourself already succeeding, that you have made your spot in the ground. It's not like birth stops. Okay, if you come out and you die, at least you were born. But now you have been born. Now we have the universe coming along to come help take care of us. Great. But if we continue to put out this defensive posture, like I'm so scared the world is going to hurt me kind of shit, I'm so scared I've got daggers out, and if you come anywhere near me, I'm going to poke your ass. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having that defensive posture against the universe where you're think it's trying to come to get you, it's not trying to come to get you. It's trying to allow you the time and space you need to rest before the growth happens. This is icy exterior you're feeling, this protective barrier that you're feeling right now. You know what that's for? That's so that you say to yourself, I understand my past mistakes. Now I have to melt away from those things so I can break free from those things holding me back so that I can allow what has held me back to help me grow now. That's what you really are asking yourself. So now you know your answer. Now the universe has answered you back. Now they've got more answers for you beyond that. Because they say, you shouldn't really ask her for permission on this, but I have to because it's my job. La la. But they kind of say this is kind of a they want to answer you in no uncertain terms to a very specific question you've been asking that may have something to do with what you're asking right now, but it may be something a little bit more personal that you just didn't want to type out. This is that answer, but they are going to kick some serious ass. I can always, you don't have to see these cards. They will, this one will, I feel, will kind of kick your ass. So, what do you need to know? Okay, so, you know why you keep going through the same situation over and over and over and over again? Do you know why we keep doing it? Because we haven't learned the lesson yet. We keep going through the same situation because we're in school. We're being put back a grade because we refuse to learn something new and different. We keep doing the same shit, expecting a different result. 1 plus 1 always equals 2, right? Well, according to some math books, it does. 1 plus 1 equals 3 in some worlds. I don't know how it does, but it does equal 3 in some worlds, right? That's how it works. It's all on perception. But you have to learn the lesson this time. So stop giving yourself a bunch of bullshit excuses on what you think you're not supposed to be doing and stop being like this. My life's so hard. I can't get over it. Either change it or shut the hell up. Number 2, these seeds are ready to be planted. Plant those physical seeds that you need to work on that will help you grow in a better way. Any physical seed. Doesn't have to be a workout. It's just you doing something better for yourself and your body, your life balance, right? Then your mental body. How about if we go talk to someone right now and talk to somebody about what's going on with our lives, right? maybe it's time to go get somebody to help us help this plant grow. And last but not least, maybe it's finally time to love ourselves enough to be in love with ourselves, our highest selves, our God. That's the God we believe in, our highest selves. The energy we call God is only an extension of that energy. We're only an extension of that energy back. So, what physical, mental, and spiritual seeds do you need to start to take care of, help grow, feed, and make healthy? Boom, again. Lastly but not least, and I want you to hear me say this with all due respect, use the fuel as fuel for your fire. Why do you think you've got all of this bent up, holy hell, let it out of me kind of crap attitude right now? We want you to use this power to forge yourself into what you want yourself to be. If you're not going to use what we're giving you, well, I don't know how hot we have to make this forge before you melt, but we're getting there. And that is the end of your reading, Lala. And they want you to stop being so stubborn about picking things up. Something about you picking things up or picking a certain item. A certain item up that keeps falling or something like that. They say, don't you get our message yet? Do you know there's like a certain item that keeps falling off of a desk or something that keeps falling off of a desk that you keep having to pick up and you keep saying, why do you keep falling off on me? There's a message there somehow you're not getting from someone you love. That's gone. Last and final reading for today, guys. Hatter. This is the last and final reading. After this, we're going to go visit my friend Games with Snakes, who's a 420 content creator. He's a hell of a party vibe. He's a hell of a main man with a master plan. He's just one chill, wonderful man. He does a lot of 420 pot smoking, but you know what? He's a good friend of mine, a great homie, a place to build community, and above all that, he's a hell of a good vibe, man. So we're going to go spend some time with that. I saw your numbers. I was just kind of saying something real quick before I got into it. So 10 and 24, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you have a one God card message on top of it there, Hatter. All right, and we have 24 now, right? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, and the 24th card is now on top. Are we making the right decision with Mom, right? It's a hard one. I can already feel how torn up you are about this, you know? There's a lot more deeper things going on here, you know, than just what you're aware of too. There's something going on beneath the surface too, just so you're aware. There's a little bit of something going on you're not aware of quite yet that hasn't been shared. So just kind of prepare for a little bit of unexpected news soon on that. What I'm feeling from this whole thing with the relationship with the mom thingy, it's not about whether or not this fixes anything. This is how we're going to see it for how it really is. We're not going to have that expectation anymore of what we want it to be or the fantasy world of what it is. The ice needs to break either way. I need reality here. What is it really? So I have to start to see the real reflection of what this relationship is. We both have to start to see each other for who we really are, the whole parts of who we are, not all the little broken parts we think are broken inside the other person. I'm broken because I left you behind. You're broken because I didn't treat you right. I'm broken because blah, blah, blah. Unless it's abuse here and we're talking abuse, then that's different, right? Then we're talking something different. Then we're talking about something that's power over, not power with. What we're talking about here with your mom is power with. We're trying to come together so that we can live together and have a understanding. We may never really see the whole complete picture until we're ready to break free of that image we have in our head and really see the real reflection. All the little pieces come together to form something beautiful, like a beautiful oak tree that most people should be seeing in this picture. It looks like a lot of little broken up pieces, even from far away. But if I bring it close to you here, you can see it. It's hard to see it, but there's an oak tree in there. It doesn't look like there's an oak tree, but there's actually a trunk with leaves and trees and branches and everything. It just looks like that because now you're only seeing what the true reflection is until you look for it. And that's kind of part of the situation here with the mom thingy going on. You have to bask in the sun while you have the chance. From one person who lost their mom and wasn't there when that happened, I really want you to be the kind of daughter, son who bask in their light while you can bask in the happy. Forget everything that happened before and be okay with what you make it now. Because what you make it now will matter more than what it once was. I healed and repaired a lot of my hurt with my mom before she went, even though I was in the hospital trying to come past a 7-time suicide attempt while my mom was dying in Florida of a heart defect. And there was nothing I could do about it because I was on a 72-hour hold. I couldn't get out. She died while I was in the hospital. So start to cherish the thing that's staring you right in front of the face while you have it. What do you say to yourself? If it's too good to be true, it probably is. How about if we change the script? What if it's so good to be true, it really is? And this is the opportunity you've been waiting for. And this is the moment you've been waiting for. How can I use this to stoke my fires? If this resolves that problem, that issue, that thing that's been going on, how does this make me a more powerful person? How does this heal those wounds? How does this make me allow myself to burn away those old bad things that I used to associate with life? Now I have new ways of thinking. Whether they're good or bad will be decided up to fate and what you see there. But that's basically what they're saying to you on the whole mom situation. And I love my mom and she loves me. But we were both in places where we couldn't get to one another. She couldn't have come to help me for my suicide attempt, and I couldn't go help her because of her heart. It's time to celebrate with your whole heart. Use the fire that you've stoked and celebrate what you have while you have the chance. Because trust me, buddy, the end is closer than you think. And one day it will surprise and sneak up on you, and you'll go, oh fuck, now what do I do? Now I don't have my excuse and or other thing to come back anymore. Now I have to figure it out on my own. So go get your answers while you got the chance to get the answers before you regret never asking. And celebrate life once more. It has been a pleasure, you guys. It has been an absolute pleasure being with you guys. I really do enjoy coming here every day and doing this for you guys. It's not, I don't have to do this. I am a retired old man who doesn't, have anything to do on a daily basis. So, you know, when I'm having good days, like, you know, today I come up here and do tarot readings. When I'm having a bad day like yesterday, well, I don't do that. You know, I go rest, I relax, I get my spoons back filled. You know, and then I go do all the other things I'm supposed to be doing. You know, so we're gonna go pay homage to a friend of mine. His name is Games with Snakes. That's where we're gonna go next. And now we're going to read out to my friend. And I really want you guys to go give him a like, a follow. And if I can get my stupid mouse to work. Alright, so go give him a like and a follow, guys. I will see you tomorrow. I love you with all my heart. See you then.